Good morning. My name's Emmanuel Bowman, and I'm a Green Junior. You can just call me Bo. I'm from Harlan County High School, and Harlan County, in case you're not familiar, is down south. We're on the Kentucky-Virginia border. We border Letcher County and Bell County and basically Wise County and Lee County in Virginia. My project that I wrote the grant for, of course, was Connecting Kids to the World Global Connections, and you're probably wondering, what kind of title is that? What is he going to do down in Harlan County that these kids can't do somewhere else? Well, what we're doing in the past, I've always, in like the travel unit and also in their food unit, I've had them actually call abroad to Spanish-speaking countries, to hotels and restaurants. And they'll ask the hotel or restaurant an introduction, 3 questions, and a conclusion. They find the information using Google Maps. They typically Google like restaurants, Madrid, Spain. And then from there, they'll actually call them up, and they'll probably get hung up a time or two. That's just part for the course when you're learning a language. There's always kinds of learning curves and so forth. Well, my grant, of course, is going to take that same concept, but it's going to take it from a different curve per se. In the past, I've had some students who, might be just an extra touch nervous than normal. So what they actually would like to do, I want to actually write this grant for, is they're going to let them do it from their seat. And I wrote the grant to get 20 tablets, or basically 16 tablets and some extras there, to let them actually do it from their seat. They'll actually sit with a peer, and they'll make the phone call to the restaurant or to the hotel in that Spanish-speaking country, and not have to basically do it in front of everyone, but still get that same communication, that interpersonal communication between them and someone else abroad. And they'll actually sit there and make the phone call themselves, and I'll walk around and collect the data and make sure they're doing it correctly and so forth. My problem of practice, I briefly touched on there. Basically, in Harlan County, there's a lot of my students, some would be able to travel in the future, but there's a lot that also may not be able to due to socioeconomic issues and so forth. So that's one of the reasons I always like to do this, to make sure that those who can't go abroad for whatever reason still have that opportunity and are able to actually connect themselves while in the classroom to some Spanish-speaking country, whether that be Spain, Mexico, Ecuador, Colombia, what have you. I want them to be able to actually touch that country while they're in the classroom. My strategy to address the problem is basically, like I said, they're going to be using tablets that has a microphone, and they'll use either Google Hangouts or Skype while they're sitting at their desk with a peer, and I'll walk around, of course, and they'll actually make the phone call to the hotel or restaurant that they've actually obtained through Google Maps. Then they will call, and they'll ask an introduction, of course, and then 3 questions and a conclusion. Those 3 questions can be anything related to their unit of study at that particular time. For example, if they're doing the food unit, they would probably want to ask about what kind of cuisine, what kind of specials of the day that restaurant would have, and so forth. Perhaps they want to know where they're located, what are their hours of operation. So something that they could actually do if they're in that Spanish-speaking country in the future, in the real life time. So that's one of the things that they're actually going to do, that real world learning. It's somewhat project-based, but more real world, authentic learning, more so than anything else. My research question is, do novice level students' willingness to communicate levels increase after they participate in an activity where they communicate with businesses and individuals in Spanish-speaking countries using classroom technology devices? It has the word novice level because, as you know, when you're learning a language in high school, in our region typically, it's Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. And the American Council of Teaching Foreign Languages, that actually is considered a novice level, and that's more or less that level. It's not a bad word. In foreign language, it's actually a good word. By the time we finish, we want them to be at novice high at least after 2 years. So that's where that comes from. The resources I talked about, of course, was the 16 tablets. I found some on Best Buy that was $50 a piece, called DigiLand 7-inch tablets. And I reworked the budget just a touch on my grant, so instead of 16, I was able to get 20, and then our school is going to do an in-kind donation for a speaker and a microphone that's Bluetooth so that they can actually sit at their desk and do too. So that's kind of one of the reasons we did that. We just got the tablets in recently, so they're small, they're compact, they've got a keyboard, a microphone and stuff, so they should have everything they need except for, of course, that little extra speaker / microphone that we're ordering from the school level. The projected outcomes and instruments used to measure that, basically, my hypothesis is that we'll actually raise their levels of WTC, basically willingness to communicate levels. And to measure that success, I'm going to do a modified willingness to communicate survey before and after the intervention. During the intervention, I'm going to walk around, do field notes, and then do like a focus group with the students where I ask them research questions, basically how was it before, how was it after, and so forth. The data from the quantitative instruments will be measured in either Microsoft Excel or a similar program, and then we'll use a statistical test, for example, a paired samples t-test or Wilcoxon signed rank test or what have you, to actually measure for reviewing for, see if there was actually changes, if it impacted it, didn't impact it, and so forth, and if there were any statistical significant results from the quantitative instruments. The qualitative data, basically from the focus groups and the field notes and so forth, will actually be reviewed for emerging themes to suggest that intervention was successful. And to make sure that this doesn't really have other variables impacting it, I'm going to use this data and compare it with previous data from previous years, because I was able to do a similar project for my action research project for my second master's degree, so I can compare some of the data to that and see, if that was impacted from other variables besides, of course, the one we did with the tablets. And that's one thing too. The other data, of course, was still whole group phone calls, whereas this is actually more individualized at their desk phone calls too. And I think in the grant I put, there's benefits and disadvantages to both. If you do it in front of the class, obviously those students can hear interpretive listening skills that they'll hear from their peers. Doing it at their desk won't have that, but you also have a lower anxiety level, a lower affective filter, as we say in foreign languages, so that actually might possibly impact this willingness to communicate variables as well. Are there any questions?